Have you ever wondered how a space shuttle launches into outer space? Well, I have. I am fascinated with the moon and with space and planets and the stars. I can remember as a child watching the news whenever a space shuttle was scheduled to launch into outer space and wondering how such a massive vehicle can lift off the ground and shoot right into outer space without falling out the sky. Well, it's because of momentum. Momentum is the motivation or force that makes something happen or happen quickly. A space shuttle actually needs momentum to launch into outer space. In fact, the space shuttle needs a solid rocket booster, three main engines, an external fuel tank, and an orbital maneuvering system to thrust its 4.5 million pound body into outer space. Wow, now that's a lot of shuttle. Once the shuttle reaches a certain altitude, the rocket and external fuel tanks fall off and the orbital maneuvering system kicks in to keep the shuttle into Earth's orbit. Now stick with me, hang with me now, I'm going somewhere with this, okay? Today I'm going to discuss with you one of 5 steps to getting your goals off your vision board and making them a reality by using the power of momentum. Well, hello there, my single mother tribe. How are you doing? I hope you're very single godmother, and I would like to welcome you to another episode of Jumpstart Your Week Sunday, where I inspire, empower, and equip you with the tools that you need in order to start and end your week strong and to live victoriously. If you're new to my Hope for Single Mothers YouTube channel, if you could do me a favor and go ahead and click that subscribe button, and also if you could click the bell, that way you'll be notified every time I upload a new video on Sunday, Wednesday, and Saturday. I also have a video entitled Welcome to Your New Tribe that's in my playlist. If you can go ahead and watch that video for me, please. I would like to thank you for tuning in to Hope for Single Mothers, and welcome to your new tribe. Over the past several weeks, I've been sharing how to create a God-inspired vision board and how to make 2019 your best year ever. By now, you should have finished and celebrated creating your vision board and have it hanging in a place where you can see it several times a day. And if not, it's not too late. You can get started now, or you can finish what you've already began. This video is for you too, because it's all about how to devise a plan of action once you've finished your vision board and hung it up, okay? Now, last week I discussed the power of decree and the importance of speaking what's on your vision board into existence. Now it's time to put feet to your faith. Now that you have a clear vision of your God-given dream and vision for 2019, it really shouldn't be hard to create a plan of action. Actually, I've found that once the vision is crystal clear and I have an unshakable conviction about the vision, which is why I spent time meditating on the scriptures pertaining to my God-inspired dreams and vision, and by exercising the power of decree, a plan of action just flows. Usually, I don't struggle making a plan of action because it just comes to me. God created our brains to recognize the things that have been designed for our purpose and destiny. When our mind and thoughts are focused and are in alignment and agreement with what God has for us, I believe creative ideas just flow. It's confusion, fear, doubt, and toxic thinking and negative and destructive mindsets and limiting beliefs that clutter and distract our brain from thinking creative thoughts and our eyes from recognizing and moving towards opportunities that will catapult us into our purpose and destiny. Once you clear all the distractions and hindrances out of your brain and mind, you will have room for God-inspired thoughts and ideas to flow freely. You will know and recognize the steps that you need to take to move into what God has for you, which leads me to step number 1, how to create a plan of action. Now, when devising a plan of action, start off by adding up the cost. In other words, get a clear understanding of what's required for you to accomplish what God has called you to do and to possess what he has prepared for you. Now, there's a scripture in the Bible that talks about, no one builds a house without first adding up the cost. Well, that goes the same with your God-inspired vision. You don't just jump into it without first adding up the cost, okay? You have to know your starting point. You have to know what you have to work with, what you need in order to get to where you're going, and what's needed to accomplish the vision God has given you. Even though you have your God-given vision and dreams off your vision board, it was inspired by God. Even though it's inspired by God, there's a plan of action, or a POA, as I would like to call it, that's needed to make them become a reality, in conjunction with exercising the power of decree that I discussed in last week's episode. You have to have an idea of where you're going and a map to get there, even if you don't have all the resources and money that's required for it right now. You must have a plan of action. A plan of action will give you the momentum to get started. For instance, if your God-inspired vision or dream is to be debt-free, then you have to know how much debt you owe. I mean, the exact amount, right to the last penny. If you don't know how much you owe, you don't know where to start. And how will you know when you're debt-free? Okay? Or if your vision is to be a successful entrepreneur or to start your own business, you can't just open up a business without first knowing what a successful business looks like, how it started, how it's ran, and how it's maintained. You have to know what kind of business you're going into. You have to know who your customers are, who your competitors are. You have to know what product or service you're going to be offering. You have to know if your product or service is high in demand. You're going to have to know how you're going to sell your product or service, how much you're going to charge for it, how much your competitors are charging for their product, the same products and services. You're going to have to know how much it will cost to produce your product or service and how you're going to position yourself in the industry or the marketplace. Are you going to be an e-commerce, or are you going to be a brick and mortar? Are you going to sell your product or service in a physical location? All these things you have to take into consideration. You have to do your research. You have to do your due diligence. Count up the costs, and don't underestimate what it's going to take for you to accomplish your goals and dreams and to fulfill your God-inspired vision. Okay? Now, when I started Hope for Single Mothers back in October of 2018, literally, this was 12 years in the making. I didn't just one day decide, I think I want to start Hope for Single Mothers. No, like I said, it's been 12 years in the making. I've done my due diligence. I've done my market research. I can't tell you how many countless hours I have spent on YouTube looking at videos about lighting and cameras and how to set up a YouTube channel and how to do channel art and how to do thumbnails and all the other things that goes with having a YouTube channel. I didn't just up in one day decide, I think I want to start a YouTube channel. No, believe me, I have done my due diligence. And the same is going to be required of you in order for you to do your part in getting your God-inspired vision off the vision board and make it a reality, okay? Just because you have a God-inspired vision doesn't mean that there's not a part for you to play in it. We have to cooperate with the plan of God. God just doesn't do everything while we just sit back and do nothing. There's a part that we play in all of this. God does his part, we do our part. It's a partnership. We have to cooperate. We have to do all that we can do. And then after we've done all that we can do, then God will do only what he can do. But we have to do our part. Faith in action is more than just speaking it into existence. It's about putting feet to your faith. And devising a plan of action is putting feet to your faith, okay? Okay, because I'm not teaching you about wishful thinking. in order to make 2019 your best year ever. No, I'm not doing that. I am teaching you how to mix faith with common sense to bring about the manifestation of your God-inspired vision and dreams, okay? And I believe that if you apply the principles that I am giving you and do your due diligence, if you do your part, you're going to see everything that's on your vision board come to pass, and you're going to experience your best year ever, yes, here in 2019, okay? All right then. Well, I hope that you were blessed by something I've said in this video. And I'm going to ask you to go ahead this week and just think about some of the things that I've talked about and discussed in this video. And also to start, creating a plan of action. Take one thing off your vision board. Well, don't physically take it off, but look at one thing that's on your vision board and start to, research what it's going to take. Start adding up the cost of what parts you play in it coming to pass, okay? Start doing your research, researching how much it's going to cost or what it's going to take, the steps that's needed. What is it going to look like? What others have done, successful people now, what other successful people have done to get there, okay? And then after that, just start to look at it. And that'll be your first step to coming up or creating a plan of action, okay? Okay, well, and then after you do that, I'm really curious to know, what you came up with. So if you can go ahead and put it in the comment section below, I would love to know how you're coming along with that throughout the week. And if you have any questions, or even if you find yourself stuck somewhere, don't hesitate to comment. I will answer your questions and I'll get back with you, okay? Because I want to help you make 2019 your best year ever. I want to help you see your God-given vision come to pass, okay? Now, if you're new watching my YouTube channel and you have not subscribed yet, and I don't know why you would have not done it yet, but nevertheless, go ahead and click the subscribe button, and also don't forget to click the bell. That way, every time I upload a new video, which is on Sunday, Jumpstart Your Week Sunday, Check-In Wednesday, and Self-Care Saturday, you'll be notified. You don't want to miss it, especially because I am looking for a subscriber of the week who's been following me all 3 days and have been participating and commenting, okay? And also, if you know a single mother who is doing it alone, who's going it alone, let her know about Hope for Single Mothers. We are a tribe and a community here. I so appreciate you being a part of this community. But I believe there's so many more single mothers who can benefit from a community like this, okay? So don't keep it all to yourself. Share the love. Let all those know who are single mothers about Hope for Single Mothers, okay? Thank you so much. And I appreciate your help. I appreciate you being a subscriber. Okay, well, I hope you have a wonderful week, and I leave you with love, peace, and blessings, okay? Bye-bye.